I am the talent. It's time to play Minecraft. We're back here at the Draugen. The base of the platform is all waiting for us. We've got 7,000 blocks of space to work with in here. And of course, we gotta go higher. We've got all the materials all ready. Thanks for bearing with me through that resource gathering episode, but it took a while. But this build is going to have so many incredible details to it. I had so much fun gathering all of the resources, collecting everything that we'll need to make this thing look awesome. So let's head down to our little supply ship and I will show you all of the stuff that I brought with me here. I couldn't even fit everything on this on the deck of our supply ship, so I've got it all tucked away in here. This is everything that we need just to get the first wall started. And that will be on this side. On this side, that's, I think, the best way to start. Just so we can get an idea of the scale of this build, we're going to start with the wall on this side, as high as we can go. Now, I didn't stop there with the resources. I wanted to make sure that I could get as much of this build as possible. We've got more materials stashed up here, and I brought them up here because I didn't know where else to put them, and I wanted them to be safe. So remind me that they're here in case I forget. That's kind of why I wanted to record this, because I did not want to lose these materials. This is everything that we need after we get the wall in. We have the helipad, we have the cranes, we have the exhaust vents. All of that is ready for us in here. I put it in here. I thought it would be the safest place because, yeah, if a creeper stops by and blows up those materials, I am done. I am completely done. It took so long to get all of that ready. But now we've got it. We've got all the materials ready to get started. At last, let's get moving and start putting up that wall right now. That's a good place to stop and take a step back and see how large this wall is actually going to be. Let's pop into free cam here so that we can take a look at how this is going to look on top of the platform. So I finished building out this little section that juts out from the main supporting structure of the platform. We'll have some buildings and vents and other industrial stuff stuck out here on the side of the platform, jutting out. And now you can see why cyan terracotta is going to be so important in this build. It's going to blend into the background and provide this neutral gray metallic color to it. And when we have all of the details superimposed in front of it, it's going to just kind of blend into the background and add a dark, mysterious, industrial, like generic metal color in the background. So we've got about 8 floors to work with here in the main platform before we get to the top. And on the top, you've got the helipad, you've got cranes, you've got drilling equipment, supply buildings, the housing unit, and the living quarters for all of the workers. There is a massive amount of detail and just a sheer volume to this thing. I've outlined the rough area where the floors start intersecting with smooth stone here. Smooth stone and white concrete are kind of our base material. But yeah, I wanted to just start here with to get a good template for what each of the wall sections is going to look like so that I can basically just copy that all the way across and then start adding in the details, adding in some additional blocks to break up the cyan terracotta. And of course, once we get the floors in, Then we'll be able to add in more of things like the lighting. We're going to have a staircase, like this metal stairway that goes all up and down this side, that goes from the base of the platform all the way to the top where the helipad will be. So yeah, we've got a lot more work to do here, but this is just to give us an idea of just how large this platform is actually going to be. All right, let's get back into it. Okay, now we've got the walls all the way across on the first layer. The first 4 floors here that are underneath the main platform. I've outlined some of the sections that will be going higher. So let's fly on up here so that we can get a little bit of a closer look of the area that we'll be working on next. That is this area here that extends out from the main platform. And in this area, there are several structures that jut out. They're suspended here on this extension of the main platform. And I think it's because some of them are delicate electrical equipment, transformers, substations, things that would be too dangerous to have on the interior. One important thing that I have realized: the first thing that we need to build actually is a superstructure for the stairwells. So just like in real life, in Minecraft, it's getting difficult for me to get up there without wasting my elytra. I'm going to end up with a broken elytra if I don't work on the stairways first. So I think that's going to be our first priority. There's a stairwell that extends all the way from this level of the platform to the top, and that's the level where the helipad is going to be, so kind of the very top of the platform. So we need to get that stairwell in place so that we can easily make our way up and down as we're working on the walls and as we're working on the details along each of the floors here. So first thing, we're going to put in that stairwell so that we can get up and down more easily and more conveniently than using the elytra. Save a little bit of the elytra durability that way. And then we'll work on some of the details out here on the platform. why not? Let's just go ahead and record this on OBS as well. I'm doing the replays. I don't know if any of this construction will be exciting or interesting to see on how I'm actually building it. I didn't realize this is actually a snow farm. When it snows or when it rains, it snows at different areas of this farm, and this is super annoying. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot. Oh no. I don't have any, right? I just have snow layers on me. I got to get that. That's the trouble with building with concrete powder. I don't want any more snow, please. All right. Let's repair that. All right. I've got everything in. Oh, I might as well pick up the snow. I don't know. It does mob spawn proof the place. That's one benefit. Maybe I should leave the snow because there are some really dark areas back here, especially on the lower platform. And yeah, I've been waiting for the day when a creeper just drops on my head and blows all my stuff. That's why I moved. You can't even see it now. We're too far away from render distance, but all my shulkers are over there. All the construction materials. And I moved the bed over there because it's just too dangerous to keep going to sleep in the same place. Okay, so we've got the base of the crane. We've got the I don't know what that is. It's a note block tower. So now we're on this side, and this is like, I don't know what it is, a giant HVAC unit or something. And that's what we're going to, that's the last thing that I need to build before doing a proper like tour. I guess you would call it a tour. But I want to talk about all the details that we've been putting in on the side of this, because they're just super awesome. So let's get the schematic up and running. On the inside, pay no attention to the inside. Actually, pay no attention to the schematic either. I don't really think this is interesting. But I have to build this way. On something this large, we can't wing it. No, that would be impossible. We have to have a schematic. So let's just check out here if there's anything. Oh, did I not put acacia trapdoors on the bottom of these? Oh no, I did. They're facing the wrong way. This is at this scale, I have to say, Lightmatica is a bit of a curse, because if these, in the design, they're facing the other way, and so now it looks like I've misplaced things, but I don't care. I don't care which way the trapdoors face, honestly. Okay, but we're just going back to building. So let's start getting this. It's gonna look good. Uh-oh. See, I've messed that up already. Yeah. Of course that was gonna happen. I'm already on my second elytra, because going through them really quickly, and also going through food because I keep falling off of everything. If I get in the right position, I can hit 4 at once. Okay, now this part is interesting. We're starting to get into like the piping underneath this sort of HVAC kind of deal. not sure what you would call it. That's the great thing about this is, you know, I'm building this based on reference photos. I know nothing about offshore oil platforms. I mean, I've learned a little bit, but you know, they don't tell you exactly what all these parts are. There's always loss in a project of this scale. Yeah, I've lost so many blocks into the ocean that I've just been too lazy to go retrieve. Or they just fall somewhere lower on a lower platform, and I don't bother picking them up because they're too far away. I did account for some, you know, when the schematic, you know, material list in Lightmatica for the Draugen. We're talking, it's already dark. We're talking something like 60,000 or 70,000 blocks. So, and of course, you know, you round up. You have to round up. There's no way you're going to lose a lot. I mean, I think that's true in real life construction too, right? I mean, you're just not going to get it right perfectly the first time. You have to have some extra materials. Great view from up here. Look at this. I'm always tempted to just dive into the ocean. Always. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Let's it fell. See what I mean by loss? Like, I mean, I could go down there and get it. I might. I knew this part would be tricky. Good thing it's still early in the Minecraft day, because if I have to go back and sleep while I'm doing this, it's going to really throw everything off. This is one of those things where it's like, in creative, you just knock this out. It's like, no problem, dude. And yeah, I mean, in survival, you can theoretically build anything that you design in creative. I mean, I guess you could make yourself a challenge. Make yourself a challenge to design a creative build that there's no way you could do in survival. But, you know, all of these are manageable block types. It's just the placement of them. Right? Like, this is a ring of walls that goes around the underside and the sides of the of this sort of HVAC looking thing. And super easy to do this in creative because, well, you're using world edit, or I'm using world edit. You know, I just built, you know, a row of walls. Then what is the command that extends them? Stack. The stack command. Yeah. All right, let's get back up there. Oh, wait, why don't we just get these walls while we're at it? There's just one. Also, now using a ton of rockets because I can't even get up here in one rocket. What else am I going to talk about? I can't keep talking about what I'm doing now because it's incredibly boring. Actually, it's exciting. It's exciting to be at this stage of the build. I have a checklist that has about 15 things on it. each one of those things is 2 or 3, I mean, let's face it, 4 hours of work, right? Anytime I try to estimate how long something will take me to build in survival, take your first guess and double it, then double it again, because and that's probably close to what it'll take. What's going to be fun is being done, giving you guys a tour, because it's going to be so sweet. This build is massive. Has it met all my expectations? Yes. How much of it will I finish? I will finish everything I've designed, but I haven't designed everything. I'll also say there's a big difference between this style of build and the castle. In terms of block counts, the castle edges out the Draugen by about 10,000, right? Like I think this one was about 60,000 and Miranda was closer to 70,000. But yeah, the castle was mostly stacking stone on top of it, on top of each other. This is a lot different. Like the blocks I'm placing here are difficult to place. Like, look at me. I'm placing a wall over nothingness. All of these little details are super tricky to place. It's not like, in terms of like how many blocks can I place in an hour? With the castle, that's a large number. I'm just running back and forth. I mean, that's not exactly true. The roof was incredibly difficult and did not behave very well. But for the most part, like the walls of the castle, you're just running back and forth and stacking stone on top of it. But for this build, the number of blocks I can place in an hour, I mean, except for the walls, which we got fairly easily. They're mostly consistently cyan terracotta, but when you get into sections like this where it's just highly detailed, the block placement is super tricky. Okay, I think I've run out of things to say, so so that I don't end up having too much stuff to edit, I think I'll stop. See y'all when this is done. As promised, after coming out of the inn to make our end stone brick walls, the last of the resource gathering that I forgot to do, we put the finishing touches on this side of the Draugen platform. Let's go into free cam so that we can get a good view of everything that's happening here. That was a lot of replay clips I just threw at you, and I wanted them to help tell the story of the different stages of the building process and the massive variety of details that I wanted to just splatter all across the wall of the platform to make it interesting, to make it eye-catching, and make it really come alive as a massive and intricate machine. There's so much going on here, I honestly couldn't tell you the real-life purpose of all of these details, but I don't even think that matters so much when really our desired effect is simply to highlight that there are all kinds of mechanical parts jammed onto this platform. They all have a purpose. Our job is just to sit back and enjoy the view, enjoy the fantastic chaos of all these bizarre shapes and colors blending into this giant machine. When I was planning out this build, I made a list of all the different details to add to it. There are so many things that work in here. This was the most fun, just drifting off into pure imagination and creativity. I mean, this really is what Minecraft is all about. A total dreamland of happy, carefree, creative exploration. It really supercharged my imagination to be working on this. Here it is. Here is a sample of all the things that came into my mind as I was working on this. Railings, pipes, tubes, vents, monitoring stations, walkways, landings, railings, corridors, stairwells, wires, cables, support beams, water tanks, storage crates, boxes, containers, canisters, cranes, winches, ballast, anchors, lighting, antennas, radar dishes, life rafts, extrusions, holes, bulkheads, walls, dividers, electrical components, substations, transformers, switches, panels, and probably a whole lot more that I either can't think of or don't even know the name of. We got to use so many different Minecraft block combinations. Of course, we're using a lot of cyan terracotta, white concrete, and smooth stone for the main structural elements like the platforms and the walls. We've also got deep slate walls, crimson and mangrove fences and fence gates, acacia trapdoors, pistons, grindstones, redstone blocks, iron trapdoors, chains, blackstone, copper, red sandstone, polished andesite. The list just goes on. All right, what do you say we take a closer look? Let's get up here. A free cam is one thing, but to be able to see this, let's just walk through it. It's our little staging area. Nothing to see back here, of course. All the action is over here. And I've been trying to light things up a little bit because we are getting mob spawns. I love these, the upside down copper stairs. Just weathered copper. It looks great from a distance. So I've got this on this stairwell here, which goes all the way up. And also we use it again kind of halfway down the platform. Really nice, really nice effect. The green really contrasts with the grayness of the andesite, the cyan terracotta, the smooth stone. I like this area up here because we've got this weird, like, I don't know what exactly could be going on here. Just sort of, more components, electrical components. Of course, we've got all these railings. We've got some boxes stacked up here. Good place to look out as well. On this little extension to the platform, you can kind of get a good view of the side of the platform and of course our mob farm down there. If we keep going up this way, we will eventually get closer to the housing units. Here where it transitions to the bone blocks, now we're getting into the upper section. All of this is going to be the living quarters and also the offices, the workspace for all the workers. We haven't finished that out yet, but we've got kind of the skeleton in place where there's going to be 4 more levels up here. All along this ledge, we've got different walkways. I varied up the different kinds of railings that we would have. Sometimes we're using pressure plates on chains, sometimes iron bars, and then sometimes we have the fences and fence gates and walls as separators. This is another little area that should not have snow on it. But this would be used just like a platform like over there where we've got some boxes. This one down here where we've got these this pulleys and cables that are attached to these giant containers that would be lifted and moved around either on this platform or perhaps to a waiting ship there. But wait, there's more to come. We're not even halfway done here, and all the really cool stuff is going to go on top of the platform. So next up, as soon as I organize my inventory, because it's kind of a total mess, I don't know where anything is, but next up, we'll work on one of the 2 large cranes that extends almost the full length of the platform on this side. You can see the base is this this column of yellow concrete here. We'll take that up higher and then build the crane out this way, all the way and extending quite a ways over the edge of the platform, actually. I mean, this crane is used to load and unload massive equipment and shipping containers from other supply ships. It's going to be an awesome sight. So then we also have the rest of the housing unit back here, the main area at the back of the platform with all the living quarters and the offices. And then on top of that, we'll have the helipad. I mean, that's the main method of transportation to and from this platform. We'll have more platforms and different levels here on top. There's going to be lots of activity, more equipment, storage, exhaust vents, pipes. And then finally, we will have the flare boom. And that's kind of the most notable structure on an offshore oil platform. It's a huge structure that extends way up into the sky, and that's where excess natural gas is piped up away from the platform where it can be safely flared off. Still so much more to do here. Please stay tuned. I'm sure you will enjoy the process here of building the Okia Draugen offshore platform here in Minecraft on the Slowrun SMP. Until next time, I am the Talent, and I will catch you on the flip side.